Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm back with Mir. I'm going to do another V-Scale 2 preview. This time we're going to be doing Blanka, and you guys are probably wondering what's going on in the background. Well, I'm renovating the whole streaming setup right now, so the green screen is not even set up right now. So we'll make do, Mir. We'll make do.
Green screens are so 2015 anyway, you know?
The poor Blanka, man. Can't represent the green today. So, Blanka, his V-Scale 2 is called Child of Earth. And what happens is Blanka slams down the ground with electricity along the ground, that travels along the ground, and it knocks the opponent down when it hits. You can kind of think it's kind of like Nikali, kind of like the last part of Blanka's Ultra 2 from Street Fighter 4.
Yeah,
and,
which, by the way, had the same name.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask you that too, Mir. I was wondering that. And also kind of like his Omega mode, but without the crazy teleport that I figured that you would get. That's funny. So this slam mirror, it has a very slight delay to it, where he kind of leaps up to telegraph that he's slamming down. But the range is quite short in general. However, this can be charged to increase the range of the blast. And you can actually see when Blanka's apparently fully charged, he actually glows yellow with the electricity to show that. And charging it also increases the knock-up when you hit the opponent with it, allowing a juggle. They knock up so high, you can actually just jungle hop and do like an EX up ball, for example, as we've seen in the video. Another interesting thing too, Mir, is that you can dash cancel the charge. So while Blanka's beating his chest, charging up, you can actually dash cancel that. And apparently, it allows you to keep the charge. I don't know for sure, but in the preview, I'm seeing Sakura get knocked up in that charged up state, even though you don't see him charge beforehand. So I'm going to assume you maintain the charge. This really reminds me of Jerry's V-Skill 1, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see the similarities. I'm not sure what the properties are gonna be, because it'd be interesting since he hops a little bit off the ground, might be throw invulnerable, or maybe the entirety of the charge of the V-Skill could be projectile invulnerable, maybe neutralizes projectiles when he's charging,
right.
In which case it could have better applications, because as it stands right now, it seems really slow.
Yeah.
Like, really slow.
It does.
So, maybe it's plus on block, maybe the charge-up version is unblockable, I have no idea. But
right.
Or, something crazy like that, because, I don't know. It's strange. I don't know where you'd use it, except for combos, of course, as we see in the preview.
Right. And speaking of combos, yeah, like you said in the preview, we see standing medium kick into heavy kick target combo into his V-Skill 2. I guess it's also worth noting that that's a target combo that you just finish up with heavy punch. It's not something you can combo into V-Skill 1. So that's kind of unique with V-Skill 2. And of course, you get an extra juggle if you fully charge that V-Skill 2 into that target combo. So, yeah, back to the actual discussion of this now. Yeah, like you said, it's so telegraphed and slow that it would have to be plus on block, right? Like, it just has to be. And another thing, too, is that if you don't charge it, Blanka's electricity is already very plus. It's plus 3 on block. The EX is absurdly plus as well. And, you don't need the charge for that. So, and there's no, big startup like that. So, the range where it is, it doesn't seem like some kind of pressure tool that you do, unless, like you mentioned, it is some kind of throw bait or low crusher, for example.
Yeah, especially because you can maintain the charge, like you mentioned before, because we see in the footage that when he does the target combo into the V-Skill, he's glowing yellow, which he normally doesn't do on the uncharged version.
Right.
So that could be, for example, maybe the uncharged version is -2 or it is unsafe or whatever, right? But the charged version is plus and basically becomes like old school Akuma's 4 Heart Punch when it used to be plus, right? And then you get a combo when, you manage to hit the opponent. So it could be something like that. Of course, the fact that you have to charge it up could be difficult in some matchups where you maybe have to deal with fireballs a lot. So the cower crouch, the V-Skill 1 would be more useful in those scenarios.
Right.
And again, V-Skill 1 and 2, they're meant for different things. So it's clear that they want you to pick and choose in every matchup.
I just feel like with the information they show us from the preview, it just seems lackluster. I feel like there's something to it that's not explained. Like, for example, does it hit low? Or, maybe it's unblockable? Like, what is there to this, that just because of like I said, the downside of having to charge it. Will this be good versus? Do they want this against zoners? Like, will it be good versus zoners? Because, like I said, it reminds me of Jerry's V skill 1, but that has its own issues against zoners. You know, with she has to charge her V skill, right? And then you lose a lot of ground with that because you have to backdash a lot to get that charge out. And it's not easy to just charge a V skill when Gao's throwing booms in your face, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And Blanka already has the slide too, Mir. It's not like Blanka is bad against zoners in general.
Oh yeah, and the EX Rainbow Ball, EX Command Grab.
Yeah, exactly. The list goes on. So it's like, Blanka's kind of like, I don't know, do I really want, to use this?
I mean, I figured that the Coward Crouch might be, at least in Capcom's mind, the V-skill you would use against zoners because of its properties. But then again, it's also very convenient for the shimmies and conversions because you can cancel into it from, for example, standing heavy punch and get a combo and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what does V-skill 2 offer that V-skill 1 doesn't, right? It has to be something unique. And at this point, I imagine it's gotta be... Yeah, it has to be plus some block, at least the charged version, I feel. Because otherwise, even if it is a throw bait, you could argue that V-skill 1 still has same applications by allowing you to shimmy very effectively, so...
Yeah, and not only shimmy effectively, Mir, but also kind of get away with it. Like, it's kind of a gimmick, but a lot of Blanka players can go heavy punch, go into V-skill 1, see if the heavy punch hit, and confirm it into the claw, right? And if they happen to block your shimmy, then you just jungle hop cancel backwards the V-skill 1. So you get like a free shimmy attempt all the time. And like I said, V-skill 1 is no slouch for combos. It's really good for crush counter combos, his B&Bs, his dizzy combos in the corner where you can reset. There's a lot of use. In fact, his V-skill 1 got buffed in the corner where you can do an extra rainbow ball follow-up. So it's like, like I said, there's something we're not seeing here. I mean, I guess if maybe if you're going against a zoner and you use V-skill 2 fully charged up, you knock Guile up in the air like full screen, and then you go into ball, and then you push him to the corner. Or if you have V-Trigger 2 up, maybe you can do a more extended combo. But just setting that up, like I said, as we've already know a character that's similar to this with Jerry's V-Skill 1, I just don't see that being practical in a match as something like, okay, this is good for anti-zoning,
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of questions that are left unanswered. Like, for example, maybe at ODGs could be useful in some setups in the corner, maybe.
Like a crush counter sweep and then like a follow-up, maybe? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, or maybe a situation where, for example, maybe the charge B skill, if it is plus, right? Maybe you don't want to deal with it, so you stay on the ground. But if you stay on the ground, you get hit, right? Or it could be... well, I guess this is probably one of the most mysterious ones so far, I guess.
Mysterious.
I mean, there's just so many things that the trailer doesn't show. Like, for example, Ultra 2, Blanka's Ultra 2 in Street Fighter 4 used to have an anti-air version.
Right.
That would deal a lot of damage if they jumped in on you. So I wonder if the charged up version has an anti-air hitbox, or I don't know, it's upper body invincible, whatever, right? In case they try to jump out and then they get caught. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, the footage we have is
right. I mean, like I said, I don't want to complain that they're not showing us enough because it is a preview after all. They don't want to reveal everything, right? But at the same time, like when you watch these previews, you also want to get hyped because you can see the potential of it. This one, I feel like we don't, compared to the rest of them. Another thing too is like maybe because you can dash cancel it, maybe he can do some whack like dash cancels, block streams. It just looks too slow to do it though,
Oh, speaking of canceling, since you can cancel V-Skill 1 from normals, right, like standing heavy punch, you can probably do this with V-Skill 2 as well. And maybe that will create some, block string opportunities where you can do something crazy. Maybe a lot of chip on block too, right? Some chip setup.
Or maybe you can get crush countered because you're not coward crouching and you're just standing there. You're gonna get blown up.
Well.
I don't know.
Well. I mean, it could be many things, really. And at this point, I'm not even sure what to think. I can only hope that it's good. I mean, V-Skill 1 is pretty valuable, so if we go by that, usual reasoning that we made with the other
Yes.
V skills as well, where the other V skill is going to be on the same power level, then there's definitely something to V skill 2 that we don't know that makes it valuable, or maybe it just sucks and Capcom just screwed up, but we don't know.
It just kind of worries me because, like I said, this is similar to Jerry, and Jerry doesn't follow those rules. V-Trigger 2 is not on the same level as V-Trigger 1, and I feel like out of all the V skills, not to sound negative, guys, this is the most underwhelming one we've seen so far, right? Is there any other one that's more underwhelming than this?
I mean, Jury's is questionable, I guess.
Jury, but her V skill 1 is so bad, like, at least...
Well, that's why V skill 2 is probably bad too. That's the way you have to look at it. But
poor Jury.
No, like, I feel like we just don't have enough information.
Yeah,
I'm gonna reserve judgment.
Of course.
And I do agree that it looks like it doesn't have many applications. So hopefully there's some hidden properties that we don't know about.
Yes, absolutely. Like, these V skills are very important, for every character. They definitely want to change the way we play the character, or tackle some characters' bad matchups. That's another interesting way to deal with hard matchups, So hopefully Capcom has thought it out, in general.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Mir, so another week, more V-Skill previews coming up. Apparently Capcom is having a stream where they're going to show up a bunch of V-Skills by the time you guys see this video on that day. And maybe we'll have a whole bunch of things to talk about then. Otherwise, Capcom Cup's coming up at the end of next weekend. And we'll be able to see them all, hopefully. So we'll keep you guys posted till then as we see, as Capcom slowly reveals more and more characters, V-Skills. So thanks for joining me, Mir. Guys, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.